Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. So, little disclaimer, I have not played this game in over a week. Because I had such a nice backlog of videos, I just didn't feel the need to record anymore. And yeah, so forgive me if I may be a little bit rusty or forgetting about certain details. But let me quickly try and piece together what information we got. I did quickly watch my previous videos, so I should be good. So we found out that Benezia, who's now dead, was really just being basically mind controlled by Saren, who apparently can do that. So suppose we should look out for more people, well, being controlled against their will by him and working for whatever he's ultimately trying to achieve. What he had Benezia do here was he was actually looking for the Mu relay, a mass relay that has been lost, or whose exact position has been lost, apparently. And the only, I don't know how he learned about that, but the only being still alive who knew its position was the last of the Rachni, or at least what we can only assume was probably the last. Was really just an egg drifting in some spaceship somewhere that these scientists here, I forget what this company is called, they found it. And they wanted to use the Rachni as a kind of bioweapon, and so they held their queen captive. And Saren basically sent the mind-controlled Benezia here to extract the information about the Mu relay successfully. So, however, she did give us the information as well. So, even though Saren is now a couple of steps ahead of us, at least we are able to follow him. So that's the good news. We also let the Queen free and destroyed all the remaining Rachni in here, who had basically gone insane. So, that is that. The other thing is that inaccessible area, that now inaccessible area, that had been bugging me so much. I actually did go ahead and reload my earlier save and just did a couple of things real quick to skip ahead to that part of the game, which actually didn't take very long. And I entered that restricted area. Let me actually show instead of just telling. I mean, I can't show you the other level again from here. And as far as I can tell, I can't even enter that at all anymore. However, yeah, restricted area, that's simply that kind of S-shaped area that we saw on that on the upper map, which was, the other entrance was guarded by like a drone or a turret or something. And entering that from behind, which makes no sense because that's just an alternate way to reach the matriarch without making the serum first, making the cure, and then going, then getting the clearance for this back entrance, basically, as we did. Yeah, that's just as it says, a restricted area, and entering that makes all those Marines, or not Marines, they are just security personnel, including their friendly captain. What's he called? Ventrilo? No, Ventralis, I think. That makes them all hostile, and I think there was no loot at all in that passage. Just a couple more, well, basically innocents to kill. So I guess some loot from killing those and some extra experience, and that's it. Anyway, now that all of this introductory talk is out of the way, and I realize it took way too long. Sorry if I bored you to death. But now we can finally return. Oh, also, through the help of a knowledgeable watcher and commenter, I now know that the green health bars signify some kind of negative HP regen effect, such as poison or radiation, apparently. Something that the Rachni like to use against me, apparently. Oh, wait. That?
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
Sure, at some point. I did not expect to get transported back to the Normandy. just like this, but I guess we didn't have anything left to do on the planet, so That certainly helped speed things up. What was I saying? Right, so that just means basically, negative HP regen. Although, since, I don't know, I never saw our HP go down at all, even when they were displayed in green. So I can only assume that some kind of positive HP regen cancelled the negative effect out. And yeah, so basically, so long as I don't see my HP actually go down from that effect, I'm just going to go ahead and ignore it, as I pretty much have been, not knowing what it was. So just so now you know too. And then again, you probably read that comment if you didn't already know, so whatever. Right, our next move. The Mu relay. I mean, I guess technically we should probably hurry there as fast as we possibly can. There's no point. I mean, he had the information way ahead of us, so he will beat us there if he suspects that we'll follow him, that we're on his track. I mean, do we know that he knows? I guess he may know that Benezia has been killed, and thus must assume that she might have given away the information. But there was at least that other lead that we had on Saren's activities, and I would like to get that out of the way.
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
Come on.
I won't be a puppet for the Asari. I give the orders around here. Understood?
Wait, I didn't mean to
Forgive me,
reprimand
Commander, I was
her.
only trying to help.
But I guess I didn't read that correctly. Damn it. That's annoying. I really wanted to scold Ash.
This is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest.
Yeah.
Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Sure.
Patch him through,
Might as
Joker.
well.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then release the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done?
Nope.
How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
Yeah, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe better. Should I guess? Should I guess? I don't know. I mean, she promised not to.
This Queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard.
Yeah, so do I.
My children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Miss Williams, Commander, we need to talk. If we do not resolve this situation now, I am afraid things might become awkward.
Aren't they already?
Oh, awkward, huh?
I hope we can
Ashley,
keep
can
this civilized. I do not want things to become unpleasant.
Because it's been so pleasant between us lately.
Oh
Look,
my god.
Somebody in this room needs to make a choice. It ain't me, and it ain't you.
What the hell is she even going on about? There is nothing between us. There never has been. I barely talked to her since I, met her back on Eden Prime. And I guess I was kind of neutral toward her back then, and I liked her less and less from then on. This is ridiculous. This feels so forced. I mean, if I could, I would just kick her off the team.
Maybe
really.
we should try to work this out.
I think we must. I may not know much about human relationships, but I understand the concept of jealousy.
Jealous? Of you? You're not even our species.
Perhaps that is why you feel threatened. I am a rival unlike any you have faced before. Hostility is a common reaction to the unfamiliar.
Doctor, you keep smartassing me, I'll show you what my hostile reaction is like.
Can I please just kick Ashley out?
I won't have my crew fighting.
I agree, Shepard, which is why you must choose Ashley or me.
Well, that's an easy
I'm
choice
not
if I
married,
ever had to make
Shepard.
one.
You want to get involved with some alien? Go ahead. It's none of my business.
I never meant for you to get hurt. But Liara's the one I really
I mean,
care about.
honestly, I don't even mind her
Hey,
getting hurt.
we're all grown-ups here, right? Hope you two will be happy together. If you don't mind, I need to clean my gear.
Right. Wait, did I actually send her away?
I feel bad for her, Shepard.
Don't.
I hope she'll be okay.
I'm sure. I don't
Ash is
want to
pretty
check on
tough.
her.
She'll be fine.
I suppose you're right. I'm sorry you were put in this position, but I'm glad you chose me.
Sure.
I don't believe we should continue this discussion here in the comm room, Shepard. You know where to find me if you want to have a more private conversation.
All right. Okay, so that's where we are already. This is all happening so fast. Well, not really. I did get Paragon for that. For whatever reason. Oh yeah, also, another thing I learned also through my nice and helpful comments, or actually your nice and helpful comments, is that, what even am I looking for? Squad, right. That the reason why I couldn't select certain charm options was because my Paragon points, or my Paragon level wasn't high enough. Now, I mean, after dealing with the Matriarch or the Ragnar Queen, or both, I got a whole bunch of Paragon points, so I'm now at halfway up that gauge. So that might help. I hope that from now on, most conversations, or most of those charm options, should actually be selectable. Right, also now that we have dealt with another major story mission, there might be more codex entries, perhaps? More dialogue options, maybe?
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
No, I kind of agree. Well, unfortunately,
I have to go.
it seems like we can't really talk about anything else.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Nothing with him. I mean, there wasn't anything in this room, right? No. Well, looks like we have another round of crew talks ahead. Team talks, if you will. Actually, what's the journal say? Pharaoh's Geth attack, right? Geth have attacked the world of Pharaohs. So, yeah, okay. Actually, going after the Mu relay, or Mu relay, isn't really an option, even an option right now. So, obviously, what we'll learn on Pharaohs eventually is where Saren intends to go via the relay. If we had gone there first, I guess we would have known his destination, but would have wondered, how does he plan to go there? That's super far away. Unless he knows of some kind of relay that we don't know about. Well, hey, Caden. This little sequence
Anything you need, Commander?
always seems so awkward when Shepard silently approaches. Tactical appraisal? Sure.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Killing Saren's, what was Benezia anyway? Second in command? Advisor? Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately just a tool, right?
I'm sure Dr. Tassoni's hurting, though. Poor kid. Having to kill her own mom.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it must have been tough. Especially since we did learn that her mother was not actually just evil, but, you know, being mind-controlled.
Any opinion on the Rachni?
Off the record, if we had the option, I'd as soon have left it to the Council. We weren't
Really?
out here during the Rachni War. I'm not sure we have any business getting involved.
I mean, yeah, that's, you know, it's kind of along the lines of what I said back then, but that Spectre or no single person should be allowed, you know, to make a decision like that, of that scale, without any way of foreseeing the consequences. Of course, there really wasn't. I mean, you know, reporting back to the council and having having them discuss endlessly over possible actions was not really an option. And also, it's pretty clear that they would not have taken the risk ultimately and just opted to kill her. Possibly even quite quickly without much discussion at all. Personal input?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I didn't figure you'd have time to talk with all that's going on. I mean, there are reports to file on the Rachni and on Annaleis.
Right. Annaleis? I mean, sure. That's kind of a minor issue, though. Probably. Screw it.
The paperwork will keep. Something on your mind?
I'm just looking for an ear. The debriefing wasn't the right place to say how ridiculous this is.
What exactly?
Seems like every other race in the galaxy is wrapped up in their own problems. They don't want to see what's coming.
I mean, what exactly are you talking about?
Wanting to believe everything will be fine? Sounds like human nature to me.
Yeah, I guess some things carry across species well enough. I should remember that after what happened with Vernus.
Yeah, what happened?
Don't tell me you and Vernus hugged on graduation day.
Before I met Vernus, I knew as much as any other civilian. Aliens were weird, superior, and tried to tell us what to do. I mean, it's only been 26 years since first contact. That's not a lot of time to understand them.
That's true.
It was Vernus who made me see how human aliens are. They're not different or special. They're jerks and saints, just like us. Hell, by the time I got payback, I didn't even want it anymore.
I don't see you snapping very easily. What finally did it?
He hurt a girl, broke her arm.
Oh.
She reached for a glass of water instead of pulling it biotically. She just wanted a drink without getting a nosebleed, you know? Like an idiot, I stood up. Didn't know what I was gonna do, just something. And Vernus lost it. Beat the crap out of me. Kept shouting how they should have bombed us back to the Stone Age. And that's when the knife came up.
Very nice.
A military-issue talon, right in my face. I cut loose. Full biotic kick right in the teeth. Almost as strong as I can manage now. But at 17, that's something.
Well, I mean, I say that the guy had it coming.
Tapping that deep must have shocked the hell out of you.
Not as much as it shocked Vernus. It killed him.
Oh, well, maybe he didn't have that coming.
Snapped his neck. They probably could have saved him if they got him to an infirmary quick enough. But they didn't. Caused a stir when they shipped him home. Bot training was shut down. Kinetics folded a couple of years later. So, yeah, maybe I hated that Turian. I mean, if one ass was enough to judge a whole race, I'd hate humans too.
Sure. That's, I mean, it's an easy enough mistake to make. But, you know, in his position, he really just wasn't in a position, or, no, wait, in the position he was at, he just didn't, I mean, Vernus, he just didn't react properly, that's for sure. Neither did Caden, of course, but, well.
A reasonable stance. Keep that level head and we'll do fine.
Staying reasonable is about all we've got left. Everyone else in this galaxy seems to have gone out of their minds. Present company accepted, of course.
Of course. Okay. That was a little bit more insight. So I'm assuming that Liara might be waiting in my quarters. She wouldn't be in the back room of the med bay, right? No, there she is. Well.
Yes, Commander?
Do you have anything
Is there
new?
something you need?
No.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Well, then I guess let's talk to Liara. Wait a second. That's not the right direction. Let's talk to Liara a little bit.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Did she, though? Do we know that? I mean, I'm not sure.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
Sovereign's power? Oh, so now suddenly we know that it's actually the ship that gives Saren the power over people. I thought that was just something inherent to himself, but... I don't think this connection has been made before, or has been suggested at all. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, it's really Saren's fault.
I blame Saren. And if I were you, I'd want revenge.
I mean...
We have enough reason to stop Saren. I do not need to add revenge to the list.
Fair enough, that's her
Benezia
decision
chose
to
her
make.
path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
Benezia was swept up in events beyond her control and lost herself. She fell under the spell of indoctrination and became part of the very thing she wanted to stop. But I will remember and honor how she lived, not how she died. My mother was strong, kind, and beautiful, and now she is gone.
I mean, I am sorry.
Are you going to be okay?
You are kind to ask, Shepard. I do miss her, and I grieve for what happened to her. But I will not let my grief interfere with what we are trying to accomplish.
I mean, sure. What's done is done.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. My people believe we are all... Although we seek to understand
Okay,
other species, it
Whoops.
seems...
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
That was the same we had
I
talked
get
to
the
her
feeling
about
you
before.
want to ask me something, Commander.
I like talking with you, Liara, no matter what the subject.
You have been very understanding with me, Shepard. Very patient. I appreciate that. I know there are some strange beliefs about my people. I am familiar with the legend of Asari promiscuity, but those rumors have little basis in fact. When one of my people joins with an individual from another species, it is a very deep and spiritual exchange. We do not enter lightly into a union.
Alright. Spiritual exchange. I mean, is this just asking for more information?
You make it sound almost mystical.
A true union goes far beyond an ordinary melding. It is a connection that transcends the physical universe. Two become one. Thoughts and senses merge, identities intertwine. Memories and emotions weave themselves together, becoming entangled in a single, rapturous whole. It is unlike any other experience. In some cases, it can be a truly life-changing event.
I am intrigued. You know, well, let me just get this out of the way. So obviously, this being a BioWare game, a recent BioWare game, well, relatively speaking, not that recent in, you know, in absolute terms. But anyway, obviously there are going to be, you know, these kinds of companion interactions, including the romance options. We've kind of come to expect that kind of thing. And I don't know. I'm sure a big part of it has to do with just the kind of person I am personally as a player. Well, as a person. But you know, I'd be perfectly fine with just being friends with everybody, including the female crew members, and I wouldn't really dream of even pursuing a romantic relationship under these dire circumstances. You know, we have different things we should have different things to worry about, really. Not that anything is preventing us from enjoying our time together, even in a way, like even in this way. But you know, I wouldn't actively pursue it, and honestly, the way the game kind of pushes you in that direction, more or less gently, not so gentle with the confrontation between Ash and Liara earlier, but you know, that I don't know, it's really happening a bit faster than I would like, but I can, you know, I'm okay with it. I can go with it. Sure, why not? Certainly more interesting to actually, you know, take her up on the offer than just, you know, let's just all stay friends. Let's just all be friends. So, sure.
Sounds amazing. Are you saying...
No. Oh, no. I am not very good at this, am I? I'm
So
sorry,
she was not
Shepard.
proposing.
I am trying to explain why I have been so... reserved. The Union is more than just sex. It is the lifeblood of my species, the way we Asari evolve and grow as a society.
But it's also sex, right?
That is why I have never... that is why we must choose our partners with great care.
I want you to be absolutely sure about this, Liara.
I am only 106, barely an adult by Asari standards, and I spend most of my time absorbed in my research. I never really thought about it. Not until I met you. You are very special to me, Shepard. But with all that's happened, Saren, the Geth, the Reapers, I do not know if we are ready for this.
Okay, whoa, yeah, so we could force it, or we could give her time, or give both of us time. So actually, I take back some of what I just said earlier. So the game is handling this a bit more gracefully than I first gave it credit for. So, yeah. It has just redeemed itself. I really thought that this was going to lead to the first, well, sex scene, basically. Whatever that is going to entail between Shepard and Liara. I mean, I'm sure it's ultimately going to happen unless I actively work against it or seriously botch it, but...
These are dark times, Liara. Maybe once all this is over.
Right.
I'm glad you understand, Shepard. There is too much at stake. We need to put aside our personal feelings and focus on stopping Saren.
That is really what we should do, yeah.
I wish it did not have to be that way. But we all have to make sacrifices. Let's talk about something else.
Right. Except there is nothing else to talk about, so goodbye.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Some other time then. Maybe after the next main mission. Okay. Well, that was that. Whoa, okay. I mean, did I mention that I installed that faster elevators mod? I think I did. And it does seem like, for elevator rides that are already pretty short, like this one, the result might just be that while the animation plays faster, because I think that's really all they did. They just sped up the elevators to a couple of times their normal speed. But depending on, you know, the size of the area to load, there might just be a load time, or I have actually seen like part of the level geometry not fully loaded as I stepped out of the elevator, so that might also happen. But I guess that's okay, so long as that doesn't happen all the time. Hey, Rex.
So, you'd rather be a merc than help your people?
I'm a fighter. It's what I do.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you at all worried about what will happen to the Krogan?
What the hell do you want me to do about it, Shepard?
Yeah, I don't know. The game only gives me a single option
I'm
here.
tired of sticking my ass on the line and getting nothing for it.
Honestly, understandable. Not every person needs to take responsibility for their entire species. Some people just want to be themselves and look after their own well-being. Don't blame you. I mean, yeah, I don't. But I'm as always hesitant to pick the lower action, the lower choice here. I mean, I guess I'll just stay neutral.
So you decided to go your own way.
Right.
I decided killing for credits was better than killing for a lost cause.
Well, I mean, is the cause really lost, though?
Bottom line, killing for credits simplifies things.
Yeah, I suppose.
You ever think about helping your people?
I try not to.
Uh-huh.
But
So
there's
there
a
is
lot
more
of
to it.
broken mercs out there. I'm always running into them. Half the time I'm being paid to kill them. but that's just part of the job. You don't get to pick who your enemies are.
How long have you been a merc?
Long enough. I took my first contract right after I left my home system. It's good work if it doesn't kill you.
I get the feeling you enjoy your work.
Sure. You get to see the galaxy on someone else's credits, and most days end with a good fight. I've tried more organized fighting, private armies and such, but it gets too messy. I fight best on my own, or in very small groups. I don't like people relying on me, and I bloody well don't like relying on them.
I can definitely see where he's coming from. And, I mean, as tough as he is on the outside, and maybe even to a degree on the inside, I still like him as a character.
So long, Rex.
Seems like the other things there. Oh god, I really don't want to talk to Ashley. Seems like the other options I could have talked about were all old stuff. Sometimes a bit hard to tell. I wish there was some kind of indicator that there's, you know, when you've
Commander,
like dialogue options becoming grayed out when you've already heard everything. That's useful. What's the matter?
Something bothering you?
It's Saren. I'm starting to wonder whether we'll ever find him.
I mean,
he's always one step ahead of us, and he's got those damn Geth.
Don't worry.
We're getting close, Garrus.
Yeah,
we'll find him.
We are.
I
we
wish
just
I had your
took a major step.
I just can't stand the thought of him getting away with everything he's done.
He won't.
I know you're doing everything you can, and if anyone can catch him, it's you, but if there's anything else I can do to help, anything, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
I mean, you're already helping. You're on my active team. Consider you a friend. Isn't that good enough?
I understand your concern, but we'll find him. Just make sure you're ready to go when we do.
Yes, sir. I'll be ready. Can I ask you something, Commander?
Of course.
What is it?
Are you worried that the Council might be protecting Saren? I mean, they were really dragging their heels before. What if we find him, bring him back to the Citadel, and they refuse to act?
I mean, so far I didn't really get the impression that they're trying to protect him, but of course, there's no telling what will happen when we actually present him to them. But then again, why would they be protecting him? After all he has done, and I mean, it's kind of proven that it's him. There is no way for him to get away on, to be what's the word? I'm missing the proper terminology here. Wait, there's no way he's going to be freed of his charges. Is that how you say it? Anyway, yeah. What are you saying?
I get the feeling this isn't a question. Speak your mind, Garrus.
Well, maybe we shouldn't give them the chance, Commander.
Oh, you mean we should just finish him?
Saren's too dangerous to be kept alive. Too much could happen.
I mean,
he could escape, or the Council might let him go. If we find him, when we find him, I say we make sure we stop him permanently.
I mean, it might come to that anyway, whether we want to or not. It's still really early to be talking about that. Honestly, personally, I wouldn't mind, terminating him just to make sure he doesn't, he never comes back to try whatever he's trying again. So, partially, I'm with Garrus there. Obviously, if we just, sealing the ancient evil has never worked out. Whether it's 100 or 1,000 years later, the seal always gets broken, and the ancient evil is free all over again. So, obviously, imprisoning him is only a temporary solution and not very safe. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, really.
It'll depend on the situation. I'm not committing to anything until I've got him in my sights.
Fair enough. Either way, I'm right behind you, Commander.
That's good to know. Yeah, honestly, I hadn't really thought about what we would do once we capture him, once we catch up to him in the first place. Because that always, up until just now, or very recently, that has seemed so far away. I guess now we are like 50% of the way, not to exactly where he is, but to at least knowing where he wants to go. So I guess we are getting palpably closer to him. Anyway, do we have something new here? Yes. Solarian biology. Where's that coming from? Solarians are noted for their high-speed metabolism, which allows them to function on just 1 hour of sleep a day. Wow, that's... I wish I was a Solarian then. Well, I mean, maybe not with the... coupled with the short lifespan, you know. But at least in that regard. Their minds and bodies work faster than most sapient races, making them seem restless or hyperactive. The drawback of this active metabolism is a short lifespan of around 40 human years. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want that. The Solarians are amphibian haplodiploid egg layers. Unfertilized eggs produce males and fertilized eggs produce females. Once a year, a Solarian female will lay a clutch of dozens of eggs. Social rules prevent all but a fraction from being fertilized. As a result, 90% of the species is male. Yeah, come to think of it, have we even met a single female Solarian? Or maybe even if we have, they might not be distinguishable for a human. Solarians have photographic memories and rarely forget a fact. They also possess a form of psychological imprinting, tending to defer those they know with their youth. They knew in their youth. What? Defer those they knew in their youth. Solarian hatching is a solemn ritual in which the clan Delatress, matriarch, isolates herself with the eggs. The young Solarians psychologically imprint on her and tend to defer to her wishes. During the hatching of daughters, the Delatresses of the mother and father's clans are present at the imprinting. This ensures the offspring have equal loyalty to both, ensuring the desired dynastic and political unity. I see. Okay, that sounds awfully complicated. Turian government. The Turian government is a hierarchical meritocracy. Meritocracy? What is a meritocracy? Merito. Oh, does that mean those who have gained, well, merits in whatever way rule the people? Well, it has great potential for misuse. This is tempered by the civic duty and personal responsibility Turians learn in childhood. Turians have 27 citizenship tiers, beginning with civilians, client races, and children. The initial period of military service is the second tier. Formal citizenship is conferred at the third tier after boot camp. For client races, citizenship is granted after the individual musters out. Higher-ranked citizens are expected to lead and protect subordinates. Lower-ranked citizens are expected to obey and support superiors. Promotion to another tier of citizenship is based on the personal assessments of one's superiors and co-rankers. Throughout their lives, Turians ascend to higher tiers and are occasionally demoted to lower ones. The stigma associated with demotion lies not on the individual but on those who promoted him when he wasn't ready for additional responsibility. This curbs the tendency to promote individuals into positions beyond their capabilities. Settling into a role and rank is not considered stagnation. Turians value knowing one's own limitations more than being ambitious. At the top are the Primarchs, who each rule a colonization cluster. The Primarchs vote on matters of national import. They otherwise maintain a hands-off policy, trusting the citizens on each level below them to do their jobs competently. Turians enjoy broad freedoms. So long as one completes his duties and does not prevent others from completing theirs, nothing is forbidden. For example, there are no laws against recreational drug use, but if someone is unable to complete his duties due to drug use, his superiors step in. Judicial proceedings are interventions. Peers express their concern and try to convince the offender to change. If rehabilitation fails, Turians have no qualms about sentencing dangerous individuals to life at hard labor. for the state. Huh. Certainly intriguing. Non-council races... Krogan, military doctrine. Traditional Krogan tactics were built on attritional mass unit warfare. Equipped with cheap rugged gear, troop formations were powerful but inflexible. Command and control was very centralized. Soldiers in the field who saw a target contacted their commanders behind the lines to arrange fire support. Since the genophage, the Krogan can no longer afford the casualties of the old horde attacks. The Battlemasters are a match for any 10 soldiers of another species. Yep, I can attest to that. To a Battlemaster, killing is a science. They focus on developing a clean, brute force economy of motion that exploits their brutal strength to incapacitate enemies with a swift single blow of overwhelming power. This change of focus from mass unit warfare to maximal efficiency has increased employment demands in the fields of security and muscle for hire. Due to the unsavory reputation of the Krogan, most of these jobs are on the far side of the law. Battlemasters are not spit and polish, but they do believe in being well armed and equipped, preferably with a gun for each limb. Each limb, really. They are callous and brutal. Or callous? Callous and brutal. But methodical and disciplined. They use any means at their disposal to achieve their goals, no matter how reprehensible. Hostage-taking and genocide are acceptable means to ensure a quiet occupation with few Krogan casualties. The Krogan serving with Saren's forces appear to be returning to the old style of mass attritional combat. They also work in close cooperation with supporting Geth units, who fill the roles occupied by combat drones in other armies. Biotics are rare among the Krogan. Those that exist are viewed with suspicion and fear. The Krogan see this aura of fear as a useful quality for an officer and often promote them. Combat drones and other high-tech equipment are likewise in short supply. Is that actually all? We didn't get new primary codex entries? Okay, sure. Yeah, fine, I'm going to talk to her.
Commander?
But I'm not gonna like it. Can we talk? I mean, sure, whatever.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
Sure, if you have time. Figured you'd be busy with tactical briefings and whatnot. Don't know what I think about us attacking today, of all days. Kind of an ill omen.
Attacking today, of all days? What? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what she's referring to.
Well, good thing I have my rabbit's foot. It should counteract all the negative waves.
Just don't wave it around, Skipper. Rex might be hungry. It's Armistice Day, when the first contact war ended. My family always marks it. Since I'm the only Williams aboard, I thought I'd ask you.
No, I'm not.
You can't think I'm the most patriotic person on the ship.
Yeah.
Nah, you just happened by at the right time. Don't tell me you don't know about my family. My commanders always find out. It's not in my files or something?
Are you playing games with me?
I don't always play games, sir. I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Shanxi garrison in the war. The only human ever to surrender to an alien race.
What? I don't understand. Nope.
You're blacklisted because of your grandfather's cowardice.
Cowardice. That's what the Terra Firma Party calls it. I'm not gonna let our name go down with Arnold and Quisling. Granddad deserved better than that.
I mean, I feel bad for you know, bashing on her grandfather, who I don't have anything against, I don't think. But I like the fact, or I like the idea of hurting her.
Sometimes you have to fight to the bitter end. You plan to bail if Saren gets the upper hand?
That maybe is a bit cruel.
I'd die to stop it.
Ideally, I would just ignore her, really. I kind of feel the need to at least advance her dialogue here. What? Really? Where's the yes please option? There's the door. You can stay right here on Noveria. Is she valuable? I don't know. She's not helping. I'm not planning on ever taking her on a mission. I don't like her. I don't know what she's doing for us, really. I guess I'll...
You're part of the team, Williams. I don't care what your grandfather
whether I like it or not.
Do.
Not to get all cheesy, but you're the first CEO who's ever said that to me. Thanks, Skipper. But anyway, I've got things to do before we land. I'm sure you do too.
Right,
What's
whatever.
your opinion on the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Skipper. They proved that 2,000 years ago. I think it was a mistake to let them go. But
Of course
that
you
wasn't
would.
my call to make. It was yours.
Exactly.
You know, you really should talk to T'Soni about her mom. She has to be hurting.
I did.
Just saying, Skipper.
It's interesting that she would say that.
Dismissed,
What happened
Chief.
to all the cat fighting?
Sir.
What? I just don't get this. Maybe it's me. It's probably me, but that doesn't change the fact that I don't understand entirely what the game's trying to tell me here.
It feels like we're getting near the end, doesn't it, Shepard? With Saren, I mean.
I mean, the end, maybe? Although I have my suspicions about... I have my suspicion that just solving these two first main quests is not going to actually lead us to an immediate victory. And we'll see. We are getting close.
It won't be much longer. One way or another, it'll all be over soon.
Yeah, I mean...
You'll find the conduit before he does. I know you will. You have to. And after this is all over, when my pilgrimage ends, and I go back to my own people, I'll be proud to say I was a part of it.
Right.
We couldn't have done this without you, Telly.
I mean,
You've been
that's
good to me.
stretching it.
A lot of people treat Quarians like second-class citizens. They just want us to go back to our fleet and disappear. But you've treated me just like everyone else on your crew. Like an equal. That means a lot, and it says something about you. Whatever happens, I just want to say thank you for that.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to miss you when you go back to your own people, Telly.
That won't happen for a while yet. I'll be right here anytime you need me.
Good to know. It's actually interesting that it doesn't seem like she's a possible love interest. I guess maybe it's just biologically impossible to... But then again, I mean, even if we can't... Even if Quarians and humans cannot, like, have physical intercourse, well, have sex, basically, they could still have a romantic relationship. But I don't think that's ever been an option. Nothing has hinted at that.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a problem. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of... He never
Yeah, I
allowed...
think,
But
again,
now
these
I'm
are
old
all...
enough to appreciate what he taught me. Like what?
Those are all the old topics. Nothing new
I
here.
should go.
See you later.
Okay. Anything new from
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Where else have you served?
Your name of class... Aye, Commander.
Okay, well, seems like we're done here. What's the journal say? Doctor at risk. Okay, Newton system. Kepler Verge. What else? Rogue VI? Right. Oh yeah, of course, that's Earth. I think I want to go there next, just because I'm so curious to see the solar system in this game. Then of course we have Garrus's and Rex's quests. Sure, let's just do one thing at a time. Do want to get some more side missions out of the way and do some more exploration. Could we please just... Thank you. Before I tackle the Pharaoh's mission. Oh, already here. Right. Let's take a quick look at the galaxy map.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
We just talked to the Council.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
Oh, okay.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
Okay. I mean, my interest in Saren shouldn't be any greater than your own interest in Saren. But thanks anyway. I don't have time for this. I mean, yeah, thanks.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Well, thanks. Okay. Codex. Secondary. Council races. Special Tasks Group. Solarians, specifically. Solarian intelligence field agents are grouped into an organization called the Special Tasks Group. STG operators work in independent cells, performing dangerous missions such as counterterrorism, infiltration, reconnaissance, assassination, and sabotage. The STG is a proactive organization, puncturing worrisome trends before they become movements. At any time, a dozen groups are operating covertly within the lawless terminus systems, sowing dissent among the various factions. Civilian analysts also note how troublesome hinge point individuals in terminus frequently meet unexpected deaths. STG operators are feared throughout the galaxy for their clear-eyed, remorseless practicality. They are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their mission, even if it kills civilians or results in the team's own destruction. In many ways, they are akin to the Council Spectres. Yeah. Recently, a number of STG cells have been redeployed from Solarian Union. It is assumed that they are in the Terminus and Attican Traverse, investigating reports of Geth activity beyond the Perseus Veil. Okay. Oh, more codex. Oh, there was something primary. Where? Plans and locations.
Pharos.
Oh, Vermeer.
Vermeer is a lush world located on the frontier of the Attican Traverse. Its vast seas and orbital position on the inner life zone have created a wide equatorial band of humid, tropical terrain. Only the political instability of the region has impeded efforts at colonization. Many times the Citadel has opened negotiations to settle Vermeer with various criminal gangs and petty dictatorships in the nearby Terminus systems. All fell apart due to internal power shifts within the opposing parties. The Citadel has written off the colonization of Vermeer as impossible without significant political change. The Terminus powers themselves are unlikely to ever settle Vermeer. Most lack the resources to support settlement of a virgin world, finding it more expedient to steal from their neighbors than build for themselves.
What a shame. That sounds like the most desirable planet for colonization I've seen here so far. Race against time. Saren is searching for the conduit, an ancient relic dating back to the Prothean extinction. Wait, why didn't we have this mission before? Through the visions burned into your mind by the beacon on Eden Prime, you believe the conduit is a weapon capable of wiping out all life in the galaxy. Saren must be stopped by the conduit. Yeah. So I guess that's what he's ultimately looking for. Right. Find the conduit, yeah. Ferros, Novaria, the Artemis Tau Cluster, and Vermeer. To find the clues. Interesting. We don't know about the Artemis Tau Cluster yet, but thanks for spoiling me, or, you know, giving me a spoiler. Vermeer. You've received word that a Solarian reconnaissance team on Vermeer has information about Saren. The message was unclear and the Council fears the team is in danger. Right. So I can only assume that we'll get another hint leading us, you know, directing us toward the Artemis Tau Cluster after we've dealt with the Geth attack on Pharaohs. If the game really is that formulaic. I mean, I'm okay with that, sure. Right. So as I was saying, we'll take a quick look at the galaxy map here. This time for real. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, so we're done in this system. Valleys, Morana, Svarog. Pretty sure we've... I mean, I usually check all of these before going to my actual destination, so... Right, Pack System, Fortuna, Strenus, yes. Where's that? Nebula. Right, local cluster. We have not checked the Exodus cluster. Right? Oh, that's Artemis Tau. Huh. Wait. Wait a second. Am I stupid again? Let's go here first. Solar system, yes. Oh. Okay. Oh, maybe I am stupid. The Artemis Tau Cluster is where we found Liara, after all. Right. That was also marked as a yes. That was also considered a main mission, of course. Yep. Okay. So in that way. Wait. Why are Neptune's and Pluto's orbits this ridiculously close together? They're not that close together, are they, in reality? Apart from the fact that Pluto is no longer considered an actual planet. I guess that might have been back in 2007 or... yeah, I think that's when this game came out. Anyway, right. Yeah, so that listing of locations to check did not actually pose a spoiler. That was just me forgetting about things again. Okay, well, this actually is, I mean, by far the biggest system we've seen so far in this game, with all 9 planets, of course. Let's check some of them, I guess. A handful of solar power stations exist on peaks of eternal light at the north and south poles of Mercury. The difficulties imposed by the planet's proximity to the Sun and high orbital velocity have limited development. Population 340. Brave souls, no doubt. Yeah, this is a very small planet. Extremely small. I mean, not extremely small, but very small. And very, very hot. And nothing else to say about it, apparently. Venus. I've actually seen Venus this morning. As the, no, wait, not this morning. Last night, as the evening star, of course. Of course, there wasn't really much more to see then. Actually, there was nothing more to see than just a single bright star in the sky, but it was Venus, alright. With its molten temperatures, sulfuric and acid clouds, and crushing carbon dioxide atmosphere, Venus has only a handful of aerostat research outposts. 800 population. Alas, no vast jungles on Venus. Yep, pretty inhospitable. There, of course, we have Earth. I think Earth is actually where we're supposed to go, right? Or was it Mars? Once considered a prospect for terraforming and colonization, the discovery of faster-than-light travel turned Mars into a quiet backwater. Its southern pole is a historical preserve centered on the Prothean ruins found there. Immigration and development are restricted as the search for Prothean artifacts continues. Too bad we can't actually land here. It's Well, capital Lowell City, 3.4 million population. I mean, that's pretty considerable. Yep. Jupiter. Jupiter's deep gravity well and lethal radiation have kept its moons from being significantly exploited. The largest outpost is Binary Helix, Corporation's Nautilus facility. Corporation's Nautilus facility? Oh, Binary Helix Corporation's Nautilus facility. Wow, why did I separate those? I don't know. Attached to the underside of Europa's ice sheet. Interesting. 9,100 population from all moons together. And Jupiter has a lot of moons. Like, a bit sad that they don't actually give you a few more astronomical facts here for each planet, such as number of moons and details on the moons. Saturn. Saturn has been a major source of helium-3 fuel for fusion plants since the 2150s. The moon of Titan is mined for hydrocarbons and used as a hostile environment training facility for Alliance Marines. Population 117,000. Capital Huygens Dome. Okay. Or Huygens, I don't know. Next up we have... Oh, there you are. Uranus. I prefer to call him Uranus. I guess, no matter which way. Uranus sounds like urine, Uranus sounds like Uranus, but... Well, what can you do? The ancient Greek didn't foresee English, unfortunately. After the development of Mass Effect FTL Drive, distant Uranus was the target of a land rush to exploit its combination of plentiful helium-3 fuel and shallow for a gas giant gravity well. Today, Uranus is the largest producer of helium-3 in Alliance space. Wow, surprisingly large population of 371,000 with the capital Sakharov Station. Okay. Then we have Neptune. Though Neptune, like Uranus, has plentiful helium, its remoteness made it an unpromising target for mining before development of Mass Effect Drive. With Uranus cheaper to exploit, it has never seen extensive development. The only permanent human presence is a small research facility on Triton. 70 people. That must be very lonely. I mean, okay, 70 people are still 70 people, but still. Pluto is one of Sol's numerous ice dwarf worlds. It is mainly of note for being the gravitational anchor for the Prothean mass relay to Arcturus. Pluto and the Charon relay, formerly encased in ice and considered a moon, orbit each other. Right. Pluto's orbit was circularized in 2157 as a side effect of the Charon mass relay recovery operations. Let's see. 9,300 people population on the gateway stations. Okay. Yeah, that's a really small planet. Really. Smaller than some of the moons of the system, right? Maybe not. Then again, it might be smaller than the largest moon. Forget which one that is. Anyway, we are going to check out Earth next time. For the time being, I thank you very much for watching, as always. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye bye.